Okay, today we are going to do our written response pages and our main idea page for our solar system and the phases of the moon. So remember when we do these, this is what this packet gives us, that we usually use RAP. So we're going to have to restate our question, answer our question, prove it, and proofread our answer. Okay, and we are going to use these sentence stems to help us do that. Okay, it's so wonderful to get this. So let's come down here and check out our question. So our question says, compare and contrast the inner planets with the outer planets. Use evidence from the text to support your thinking. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is figure out how to restate this. Okay, so when we compare something, we're saying how it's the same, and when we contrast something, we're saying how it's different. So the inner planets, actually let's choose that, the inner and outer planets are alike because we're using the word alike because we're going to compare them. So now I'm coming back into my story, and I'm looking. It says these objects all travel around a star are alike because they all travel around a star. Okay, so now I'm going to use some of my text evidence up here. Okay, in paragraph 1, it says, okay, and now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find that. It's the let's use the sentence that's smack in the middle of that. It says a planet is an object that revolves around a star in a set path. Okay, so that helps us answer how they are alike. So now we're going to go and we're going to restate it again. The inner and let's separate them this time. The inner planets and outer planets are different from the outer planets because, and now I have to go back and I have to look at paragraphs 2 and 3. Okay, so I see that the inner planets are smaller and have a rocky surface, and the outer planets are bigger and they're made up of mostly gas. So because the inner planets are smaller and rocky, and the outer planets are larger and made mostly of gas. So now I have to prove that. So I can say the text says, and I'm going back and I'm finding those sentences. So the first one says, these planets are the smaller set of planets and all have a rocky surface. Okay, now I'm going to say the text also says, okay, and I'm going to quote from the third paragraph, okay? I'm going to say they are made up of mostly gases. All of these planets are large. Okay, so now I'm going to come up here. Okay, and I'm going to use one of these. Okay, so this makes me think, and I took that directly from that box up there. This makes me think the inner planets are smaller and the outer planets are bigger. I know it looks like you were just restating what you said before, but that helps us know that you are understanding what you mean. Okay, so now we are going to go down to the phases of the moon written response. So we've got to flip our page over to read phases of the moon, so we have that there for text evidence. So let's see what our prompt is. What is the difference between a new moon and a full moon? Use evidence from the text to support your answer. So first thing I need to do is restate my question. The difference between a new moon and a full moon is the amount of light. So a new moon, right here. We need to put our text evidence first before we say that. So we can say the author wrote, and I just took that from the second box at the top. And I am looking at the third paragraph, the first sentence says, the new moon phase is when the moon is between the earth and the sun. People cannot see any of the moon lit up during the new moon phase. So that is the sentence I'm going to use, the second one. So people can not see any of the moon lit up during the new moon. Okay, in paragraph 3, it says, now we've got to find, now we just explained what a new moon was. We have to find where it talks a full moon. So a full moon is when the full side of the moon can be seen from Earth. So okay. So I know this because, so this is from the third box. I know this because the picture shows me the new moon is dark and the full moon is light. And you have answered it. Very good. So now we're done with your evidence questions, your written response ones. And so now we're going to go down to the main idea, cut and sort. So remember, we've got the main idea from each passage, and we're going to try to match these details to help support our main ideas. So the first main idea says, our solar system has inner and outer planets that all orbit the sun. Okay, so we are looking directly for things that orbit the sun, okay, and inner and outer planets. Now over here it says, the Earth has one moon, but the moon has many phases, which affect how people see its shape. So let's see how we can help that. I'm going to make this a little bit more so we can see more of it on the page. So this first one says, Earth has one moon. Okay, that it's kind of important. It supports that the Earth has one moon. Okay. Um, so we are going to put that over here on the side to help support that. This one says the outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. That one tells us about these outer planets that are right there. Okay, so that directly supports our main idea. Our solar system has 8 planets that all orbit the sun. Okay, so this is where it's talking about the solar system and the sun. It's giving us those important details that made up our main idea. This one says Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun and has water and oxygen. Up here, it doesn't directly say anything about Earth and where it falls in our solar system. Now, this says the Earth, okay? So we could still possibly use it, but it's talking about the moon in the Earth. So we're just going to wait on that and see if we use it. So this one says Earth is the only planet that has water and oxygen on it. And again, we're not talking directly about the water and oxygen in either of these, so we're just going to wait on that. Now, this one says the inner planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Right here, inner planets. Okay, so let's add that. Oh, I did the wrong one. That's not what I read, is it? This is the one I read. Okay. Down here, as the moon orbits the Earth, people are able to see more and more of the moon. Okay, so that is telling us about how people see the moon. Okay, so that directly affects this. Now, this one says during the 29.5 days, the moon seems to change shape. That is telling you about the phases, okay, that is in that main idea. So now I have 3 for each one, and that makes it completely finished.